Kumasaka found Tozawa watching something on her mobile and was pleasantly surprised by how much fun she seemed to be having watching it. So much so that she hadn't noticed him arrive. Deciding he wanted to tease her, he resolved himself to sneak up behind her and spook her, hoping for a bit of banter between friends. As Kumasaka looked over Tozawa's shoulder to see what she was watching, he saw Tozawa happily laughing at a grisly horror movie. Terrified, Kumasaka screamed in a high-pitched voice and clung to Tozawa for dear life. Being her lewd self, Tozawa assumes Kumasaka is making a move on her and blushes, calling him bold for coming behind her like that. Feeling Kumasaka tremble, Tozawa slowly realized that Kumasaka was actually feeling terrified and was clinging to her for comfort, discovering that he was afraid of horror movies. Kumasaka apologized to Tozawa, saying that he deserved it since he was peeking at her. Tozawa, patting his head, apologized for not being considerate of Kumasaka, stunned that he was legitimately frightened by the movie. Beginning to quiver and pant, she tells him that she'll be more careful. Mentally, she notes how he is adorable with this weak spot and wants to tease him even more with this response, unlocking a new kink within her. As Tozawa and Kumasaka were hanging out, Tozawa spotted a poster for a dog drawing event that was happening and was curious about it. Kumasaka mentions how the dog on the poster looks cute and maybe he should go. Tozawa asks Kumasaka if he draws, which Kumasaka says he does sometimes. Tozawa, excited, exclaims that she wants to see his art. Tozawa looked at his art and realized something. It's not good. But Kumasaka didn't seem to know as he smugly rubbed his nose and went, heh. Tozawa found him even more adorable because of all this, and awed inside. She asked him for a hug, which caused Kumasaka to ask why in a shocked manner. Kumasaka, looking at the calendar, noticed that it was Pocky Day. He remembered how he gets teased by Tozawa all the time, so now it's his turn to tease her with Pocky. As Tozawa finished her work, Kumasaka calls out to her. She turns happily to see him, only to be faced by Kumasaka there with a Pocky in his mouth. Preparing for the Panther response from Tozawa, Kumasaka chuckles to himself, thinking how she won't be satisfied by some simple Pocky stick. But to his surprise, she doesn't respond. Flushed as red as can be, Tozawa stutters out that she didn't know Kumasaka was a Pocky game player. Kumasaka yelled that he was just teasing and he's sorry. Meanwhile, Tozawa thinks that she doesn't know what normal embarrassment feels like, but she might do now. It turned out that Tozawa is a strong teaser, but she's weak to being teased back.